it's Betsy, and today we have a very fun video celebrating one of my favorite makeup artists and one of my favorite brands with two of my favorite people here on YouTube. So, if you do not know, Miss Pat Mcgrath, or now Dame Pat Mcgrath, was just named a dame by the Queen of England. Now, this is extremely significant because she is the first makeup artist to be declared a dame, and for her contribution to the beauty and fashion world. So, me and a couple of friends and I are going to be going over our top 10 Pat Mcgrath items. Now, before we jump into the list, I wanted to tell you about the girls that I am collaborating with. First up is Dr. Ash and her makeup. So Ashley, if you're not familiar with, is a doctor of pharmacology. She has an amazing collection and she loves the mother just as much as I do. And we have chit-chatted back and forth, and I couldn't think of a better person to do this collab with. The next up, we have Kara from Beauty and the Frizz. Now, Kara is newer to YouTube, but she is absolutely phenomenal. She's a teacher, she's a mom to two beautiful boys, and she comes up with some looks. And again, she loves Mama Pat just like I do. And to me, to celebrate this amazing accomplishment for Mama Pat, I figured this would be a great idea because, you know, to introduce you to some of our favorite products, hopefully there's some of yours too. Now, one thing about this is we are not ranking these items. We are not, cannot, because from day to day, sometimes I love things more than others, but when it comes to Pat Mcgrath, I love almost everything that I have tried from her brand. And typically it's a simple reason why if it's a product that I don't love. But we're gonna start off with some eyeshadow because that is the bulk of what my favorites are. So we're gonna start off with one of the big Motherships and we're gonna open her up. This is the Divine Rose 2. I love this palette. So if you look at the shade right here, this is Extraterrestrial. So if you look at it, how it looks very mauve-y toned, but when you swatch it out and look at it in different lights, it is a multi-chrome. So it swaps from green to gold to mauve pink, and it is just beautiful. One of the things that I adore about Pat Mcgrath's formula is that these special shades right here, like this champagne gold, look at that. I mean, it just doesn't get any better. Sorry, there's a dump truck going down the road. But yeah, so Divine Rose 2, because she was one of the first more mainstream brands to put multi-chromes in her palettes. Now, these babies retail for $125. They're outrageously expensive. So I would pick your favorite color story unless you're like me and have to have them all. So, Divine Rose 2. Next up is foundation. Now, I own two shades, and this is a lightweight foundation. It's what I'm wearing on my face right now. So as you can see, it has a very beautiful coverage, but it is a light coverage. I have the shade light medium 14 and light medium 10. So I'm going to show you what these look like swatched out. And it just does this weird perfecting thing where it doesn't settle in, but it just gives your face a beautiful, beautiful finish. And I think that retails for $58, which, considering that it is a luxury brand, that's not crazy. And the bottles, everything about these just feels luxurious. The glass is nice and heavy. It has this beautiful frosted beveled look. Gold packaging, the gold pump on top. I love them. I love them both. They're the same one. Okay, Next up, we're gonna do another eyeshadow palette. This time we're gonna go for something a little bit less expensive, and this is one of her quads. I don't remember what this one was called, but this is the little green blue quad, and my goodness, again, and these retailed for $65. This green right here is another one of those multi-chromes. So as you can see, it shifts from green to purple, and it is just stunning, stunning. And the way she does her photography in this blue, look. Now, honey, if you like blue, this is gorgeous. Gorgeous. And it has like that gold shift. And these retail typically for between $58 and $65. And if they have the special shades, to me, honey, they are worth every single penny. And the way that I look at it too is, I mean, even if you go and buy a lot of special like multi-chrome shades, you're going to spend about $20 a piece on them. So, you know, you do get your money's worth. Next up is concealer. This is the Pat McGrath Skin Fetish Sublime Concealer. I have two of them. I don't know if I told you that this is the Skin Fetish Sublime Perfecting Foundation. But again, I have two shades because darker in the summer and lighter in the winter. But this is a beautiful, beautiful full coverage foundation. It is in a glass container as well, which is unusual. So as you can see, that has a beautiful full coverage to it. I do love the doe foot on it. It has a very unique shape, and it's nice and flat with a good angle to it, so it gets into your under eye area. Again, this is glass, nice and thick. It has the screen printed name on the front, but that coverage on here is just phenomenal. And it has like this moisturizing property to it too, so it doesn't feel super dry on your under eye. And I mean, you can see as I blend that out, you still have beautiful, beautiful coverage. And it does nice things to your under eyes. Because you know, ladies, gentlemen, whoever is watching, you know that whenever you put concealer under your under eyes, the older you get, sometimes you might love it, but it doesn't love you back. Yeah, so not the case with the Pat McGrath. I'm just always scared I'm gonna shatter it because it is glass. But it's beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Now we're gonna switch over to a lip product. And this is the Pat McGrath Perma Gel Ultra Lip Pencil in the shade Buff. This is my favorite nude liner, and I am using it today. So that is what the shade looks like. Isn't that a beautiful pinky rosy nude? Now I'm trying to apply it over where I've been wiping like a makeup wipe. But there is something about her lip pencils that I really like because they stay creamy even though it's in like a sharpenable formula. A lot of times, I mean, you can see that glides on. That a lot of times when you have a lip liner that is in a sharpenable formula, it doesn't always stay creamy. But one thing about it too is once you have it there, it's not something that's going to drag all over the place either. It stays where you put it. And as I said, Buff is my favorite nude. It's the one I'm wearing today, and I absolutely love it. And like, look, you can see I'm using that makeup wipe, and I kind of got to scrub to get it off there because that is a long-lasting lip pencil, which is part of the reason why I love it. I'm even wearing my Pat McGrath merch today. Next up is another one of the Motherships. This is the Bronze Seduction. This is a neutral palette, but it's a neutral palette with a twist. This is my favorite neutral palette in my collection. Again, this is $125. It has the beveled mirror on top. But part of the thing that I love with this is it's got beautiful, beautiful mattes to create whatever look that you're looking for. But again, these shimmers are where it's at. I don't want to drop it. multi-chrome, shifts from pink to that neon-y green, almost corally shade. But it is an iridescent kind of color. So that one works in your inner corner. And this is a true rose gold. And I wish my camera would do it justice on how sparkly these actually are. They are so, so pretty. So, so pretty. But yeah, no, I love them. Next up, you're gonna think, Betsy, why are you showing us this? This is one of the Pat McGrath lip glosses. I don't know if you can tell on camera, but this baby's almost empty. It stays in my purse. This is the Flesh Astral Lust Lip Gloss. So this shade, Flesh Astral. This is my favorite color. If you're wondering where the black cap is, we ran over it, fell out of my purse. I still use this because this is the most beautiful color. I love the doe foot applicator. Pat McGrath, her lip gloss is one of my favorite lip gloss formulas. It is up there in the top 3. This has a beautiful vanilla scent. That's what it reminds me of, at least. It smells so good. You know the way the Tarte eyeshadow smell? That's what this smells like. It applies, it is not sticky. Like, you don't get those stringies. And it doesn't last all day, but it doesn't have to. But it gives like this beautiful glow that even when your lips are crusty like mine are right now because it's been cold and yeah, I get chapped lips, it still looks amazing, amazing. So next up we have a highlighter palette. I think this one retails for $65. And this is the, I don't remember what this is called. Does it tell me right here? Sublime Skin Highlighter. And this is a 3-shade palette. I don't want to flip it over too much because one of my shades is loosened. Loose in here. See? But that's what they look like. So you have this beautiful white pink moment. Then you have a beautiful white gold. And then last but not least, more of like this bronzy shade. So it works for every skin tone. They have a beautiful base to them. So as you can see, and look at that shine, my goodness. So you can get some beautiful pigmentation out of these, or you can blend them out. I mean, look at that. Doesn't that just give you that wet look that you're looking for? Or at least that's what I'm looking for. I am wearing a mixture of the white gold and this bronzy shade on my cheeks. And look at that. Honey, that is gorgeous. Gorgeous. And again, I love this with my whole heart. With my whole heart. Now we're getting to our last 2 products. And one of them, I couldn't not choose one of the matte trance lipsticks. This is in the shade Christy. This is one of my perfect nude kind of shades. I love the way that the tube and stuff works on this because the tube turns and not the base. So we're gonna go ahead and swatch this out. Let me make sure my hand's kind of dry. But I love this formula. I'm wearing this today. It's under gloss, so it's kind of hard to tell you, but it's like that perfect pinky nude. It has beautiful opaque coverage. It doesn't cling to all my dry spots, and it's creamy. Whereas, you know, sometimes whenever you're using like a matte lipstick, it's not. This is creamy. And it fades. I'm wanting to blend this out so you can kind of see how it fades effervescently. Like, I mean, it just does, hopefully I said that word correctly, but it just fades the way that you want a lipstick to fade. So you don't get that butthole lip from it, or at least in that color. But that is like my perfect nude shade. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. Now, last but certainly not least is the Mothership Mega Celestial Divinity. This was released with Christmas last year. This retails for $78. This has 18 shades and it is a big one. So if you own the 2 6-pan Star Wars palettes, I didn't purchase those. You would have these 6 shades and then these 6 shades are normal. Are new. There are only 3 mattes in here, so if you like a lot of mattes, this is not the palette for you. But if you're like me, then, which I think if you're watching me for the most part, you are, you like shimmers. Look at these shimmers. Look at that purpley pink. There's duochromes. They just perform beautifully. Absolutely stunning. And you know, you take away the fancy Mothership packaging, make the shades a little bit smaller so it makes it more price wise, works for more people. But I think that this palette is definitely worth $78. And if you can buy it on sale, I would definitely think this is a must. Like, look at that. Look at that. Like, I can sit here all day. Now, I don't know about y'all, but like when I'm in a bad mood, I like to sit and swatch makeup. So if you see how they're kind of dragging, it's because I have, you can see that my hand is still wet. But all the shimmers in here are gorgeous. Just gorgeous. So, again, thank you, Ashley and Kara, for doing this with me. I couldn't think of 2 better ladies to include for Pat McGrath because Mother knows best. But if you like this video, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button right down below. And don't forget to check out me if you're not already following me, Kara, Beauty in the Frizz, and Ashley, Dr. Ash in Her Makeup on Instagram as well. But I guess that's it, so we will see y'all later. Bye.